Aso Rock Chapel risks closure over Tinubu's Muslim presidency. Governor Okowa alerts Christians. Wow. So we know that there's a risk that Christians are going to face with this Muslim ticket. A lot of Christian institutions will probably suffer some form of oppression or persecution when they eventually get to power. Okay, because obviously the way Christians rejected and agitated the whole process because of Muslim ticket, they don't like it, and I know that there's a plan to Islamize this country. That is very sure. They are just trying to deceive all of us. Once these people enter, a lot of things are going to happen. So now one of it is risking the closure of the Christian chapel that is in Aso Rock, where government officials attend church on Sundays. Okay, if they close that, I think either a prophet or so or somebody was talking on TV that all those lands along Lagos Ibadan Expressway that were meant to build churches so shouldn't have been. That all those churches should have been demolished, and then they use those lands to do farming and give people food and give people work. Those are what kind of things that they are saying. I'm also sure that by the time this Muslim ticket gets through, which is almost getting through, by the time they get to Aso Rock, the next thing will be to install emir in all the states in Nigeria, and Tinubu will approve it. And even the grazing route, the 450 grazing route that the Makban and the herdsmen have been fighting for, Tinubu will give all those things. Tinubu will give it to them. Sure. So it's going to be a very big war awaiting Nigerians ahead, especially the Christians, especially the people of the Middle Belt, the Southeast, Southwest, and South. Okay, it's what Tinubu is going to institute with the Hausas and the Fulanis. Only God knows. We have not known everything yet. So the best thing is to stop it now, because first of all, that election, that winning from the general election is fraudulent. So let's hear what Ifeanyi Okowa has to say concerning this shutting down of the Christian chapel in Aso Rock. Okay. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State has said that it is not God's will that the chapel in Aso Rock Villa in Abuja should be replaced with Muslim leaders as president and vice president. Okay, the governor, who is the running mate to the People Democratic Party presidential candidate in the 2023 presidential election, Atiku Abubakar, who expressed fears about the closure of the church in the presidential villa, called on Christians to pray that God's purpose would be done. The News Agency of Nigeria reports that Governor Okowa said this while speaking on Friday at the meeting with Isoko church leaders held at God's Fountain of Life Mission in Ole, Isoko South local government area of Delta State. Okowa's statement comes after the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Bola Tinubu of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC as a Southern Muslim and his running mate Kashim Shettima a Northern Muslim president and vice president-elect of the February 25, 2023 presidential elections. Governor Okowa said that the Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections was compromised, saying that the outcome of the election is not the will of God. According to him, the opposition saw the manipulation coming and prayed against the situation in which we found ourselves. It is not the will of God that the chapel in Aso Rock will be closed for 4 years as a result of the Muslim ticket of APC. Okay, he therefore encouraged Christians to continue to pray so that God's purpose will be done in our state and in Nigeria, adding that it is time to rise in faith and not time to mourn, urging the faithful to be prayerful and to think from inside. Wow. So this is what Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is saying. Okay. This is what Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is saying after while meeting with the Christian leaders at Ole in Delta State. Okay. So the fear is allaying is that the chapel, which is the church in Aso Rock Villa, is likely going to be closed because of the Muslim ticket. And like I was saying, it's not just only that church that might be closed. They might begin to demolish all other churches in the Middle Belt, Southeast, Southwest, and South, and turn them to mosque. They are going to establish their emirs across all the states of Nigeria. They are going to restore the 450 grazing routes back to the Fulani herdsmen, and that means the killing of the Southerners inside their farmlands will continue. And these are the things Otom has been shouting about from beginning. And they threatened him. They said they will kill him one day. They will not relent. They will look for a way. They have given him all forms of life threatening. Meanwhile, all these governors from the Southeast, South, and South have been mute about it, both the PDP and APC. Okay, only Otom has been shouting. Only Otom has been shouting. You understand? Corroborating what Nnamdi Kanu has been saying over the years, and that is the reason they're holding him hostage under the DSS custody, because he's saying the same thing. Otom has said more than what Nnamdi Kanu said, with proof, documentations, and audios and videos. Okay, but Nigerians, the Southerners, they kept mute because of their political gains and selfishness. Now, look at what Ifeanyi Okowa is saying. Now, why is Ifeanyi Okowa saying this now? Now that they have declared the Muslim ticket candidates as winners, meanwhile, the coalition of the Southern governors met at Asaba. Okay, and this Okowa hosted them, and they discussed everything, how they are going to keep the mandate to the South to ensure that there's a balanced political system. But now, Okowa betrayed all the Southern governors and went and accepted the vice presidential ticket for Atiku. So mean that Okowa is supporting that power should go back to the North after 8 years of Buhari that is from the North. So why is Okowa shouting now? This man is also not to be trusted. He has his own selfish interest in this. Okay, he's meeting with the Christian leaders in Ole in Delta State is just to seek a kind of political pity from the Christians. It doesn't work that way. Okay, questions will be asked. What is your interest in all of this you're saying? Because you're not straightforward. You have been blamed for sabotaging. Okay, you have been blamed for sabotaging the Southern governors led by Akeredolu. Okay, they met in Asaba and you hosted them and they made their demand. They made everything their objective. They set everything they're going to do so that power after Buhari can come to the South. But now you passed back and accepted the ticket to Atiku for power to still go back to the North, sabotaging the agreement that all the Southern governors entered under your roof at Asaba. So why is he talking that? Who is going to listen to this man? Because what he's saying is crazy. Yes, what he's saying is crazy. Nobody will accept this. Okay, there are a few comments here. Let's see what some people are saying here. Someone say another demagogue exploiting religion to further his selfish and failed ambition. That's correct. Why the Aso Rock Chapel was open for many years, it did not stop him from plundering debtors' state treasury. The chapel is more important to Okowa than the millions of debtors whose future Okowa, stole to sponsor Atiku in his failed deed. That is obviously very bad, and that is bad. Okay, that is bad. And so the statement this guy is making is very, very correct. So you are talking about the church in Aso Rock, but you've stolen so much, and then you sabotage the meeting that you had with the Southern governors to have power come to the South. Now you are supporting power going back to the North after 8 years. It's not selfish. It is selfish. It is selfish. Someone said you nailed it. They have exploited religion and failed. The incoming first lady is a pastor. The incoming president is a Christian like in nature. Why is this Okowa crying like a sore loser? I used to think he's wise. He's not wise. Even the so-called incoming first lady, it's not who made him a pastor because they ordained her a redeemed. So she's a pastor. Was she talking like a pastor while she was in the floor of the Senate? So you people should forget all those religious things. The truth is, the Muslim ticket thing we are seeing is a problem that is going to that in fact that is going to bet more problems for Christians in Nigeria. Okowa is not a saint in this matter because he accepted to to be vice presidential candidate for Atiku, taking power to the north after 8 years of a northerner being in power, and that is Buhari. That is unfortunate. Someone said they didn't lose anything. Though Atiku can't be the president after Buhari. Yes, as a Muslim, you are not in the position to speak concerning his fears. He never lost election. I'm sure you Muslims will burn Nigeria aground if Nigeria rigged in Christian candidates into Aso Rock, like what occurred in the case of APC. I said it that from the day APC were allowed into Nigeria political scene, okay, North will never be the same again. We can see how they ruined the economy, ruined our security, ruined our unity. Now the hope of Nigeria, which is free and fair election, has been ruined by them again. APC is a party formed from the pit of hell. So both APC and PDP, we don't want them again. We've seen them over the years, we've seen their lives, and they are not the best for Nigerians. That is it. When Muslims in the north kill Christians because of religion, you will not say anything. But when Christians talk about inclusiveness in governing the country, you accuse them of religious sentiment. These Christians that are always at the receiving end whenever anyone insults Muhammad in Denmark or anywhere in the world are to blame for talking about Muslim ticket in your bias. Okay, stupid and hypocrite mind. So it's quite unfortunate. Somebody say you Christians are too docile, and that is true. Too docile. It's too docile. So Okowa shouting about church shutting down in Aso Rock. That is one risk, but it's also not the biggest risk that we're facing with the Muslim ticket of APC. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.